school teacher who's been coming around now for a couple of years. Let's have a warm welcome for Helene Witt. We have a microphone. No, my leg is big.
That worked. I planned that whole thing so I could take over. Don't tell Jude. Kidding. Let's hear it for Mark and Jude. That was funny. Jude, I think you should do 5 minutes. I thought you were very humorous.
Sound like my husband who keeps saying, I was watching this Mrs. Maisel, and he went, really? You're just watching it? You're not doing it?
You really are funny and charming, and I'm not just saying that.
It's too hard.
Let's hear it for both of them. You already clapped for me. Thank you. Okay, well, I am a retired school teacher, and some of you know me already, but I know you don't know me, and you don't know me, so I may as well tell you I taught in the toughest elementary school in all of Queens. It may as well have been in all of New York City, because the kids in my school were so tough. I mean, when we were young, we used to chew our pencils. These kids swallow the erasers. And they're so rude today. I mean, this kid was picking his teeth. Hey, that's my car antenna. Yeah, really rude. When we were young, we used to carve our sweetheart's name in the wooden desk. These kids don't have wooden desks. They have Formica. This kid was carving his sweetheart's name in his sweetheart. I mean, really tough. I'm telling you, they're tough. You walk in the school building, you know how we had school colors? Their school colors were black and blue and dried blood red. And that was on the teachers. Yeah, bless you. She has one, because that's what we do. We have them in our purse. But anyway, so, you know, I was teaching 2nd grade, and this kid goes, Miss Witt, that was my name. I'm retired, I don't teach anymore. So he said, Miss Witt, I'm bringing in show and tell and the word of the day. They're the same thing. So I said, okay, what is it? He said, Glock, G-L-O-C-K. I said, well, you spelled it right, so I'm going to give you an A, plus I'm afraid you better bring it in. I'm afraid you're going to shoot me if I say no. Okay, a little too dark. But here we are in East Meadow, where the kids are well behaved at school. I've seen them in the library. They're wonderful children. And I'm happy I'm not teaching anymore, because they have this thing called the participation trophies. Have you heard of this? Every kid gets an award just for showing up at school. So I was thinking that would have been good on my honeymoon. In fact, both my honeymoons, I was married twice, because they participated, but very little was accomplished. Yikes, I'm in the synagogue. But, you know, first I was married to a Jewish guy, I'm Jewish, and then I was married to a Chinese guy. No difference, they're both similar in many ways. They don't drive very well. I think I'll leave it at that. But, you know, I forgot to tell you, lately people have been telling me I look like the love child of Barbara Streisand and Barry Manilow. Yeah. That wouldn't be so bad, ma'am. But you know what? This comic called me. One of them called me Ruth Bader Ginsburg, because I had my glasses on. And the other one called me Keith Richard from the Rolling Stones. Oh, I ain't got any satisfaction. Which reminds me, I went to Woodstock, the concert, 50 years ago. And I went to Woodstock 50 years later, like 3 weeks ago. Impressed at all? I went to both concerts. That's how old I am. And at the first concert, Paul McCartney was singing Maybe I'm Amazed. Maybe I'm amazed that 50 years later he remembers the words of the song in 78. And they had Santana there. You know, the group Santana, and Carlos Santana, God bless him, he was on the cover of the AARP. Did anyone else get that in the mail? I did. Right? Well, Carlos Santana, in the middle of his song, when he goes, you've got persuasion, I don't know if you know that song, he goes like this. He wants us to sing to him. First of all, not everyone knows every word. Plus, I spent $300 to go to Delaware, wherever that was, the second one. You sing to me. All the groups today, they take a nap in the middle of the show, and then they give you the microphone. They want Rod Stewart was singing Maggie May. That's a long verse. That's not a chorus, a few words. And he wants me to sing Maggie May to him. Anyway, True story, ma'am. I know you'll be back next month, even if I bomb right now, it's fine. So anyway, she's a captive audience, she's here for the coffee, no, I'm only kidding. So anyway, and then at the concert, we got our VW bus ready 50 years ago. You know, we had the VW bus, and we had a sign on it. You want to talk into the microphone? No. So we had the VW bus, and it had a sign on it. Don't come a knocking if this van is a rockin'. Well, 50 years later, we decorated our VW bus with a sign that said, don't come a knocking and don't come a fussin' till I've had my Robitussin. 3 people lost their virginity at the first Woodstock. 300 people lost their dentures at the second Woodstock. And they got them mixed up at the lost and found. Everyone went home with the wrong dentures. It was like a souvenir in a way. There was a tent at Woodstock 50 years ago. It was for bad acid trips. You know, the drugs. Young man, we used to take this drug called acid. It was hallucinogenics and stuff. Well, the tent was to bring you down. They had doctors there and students of nursing to help you come down off a bad acid trip. You know what the tent was for at this Woodstock? Bad acid indigestion. Yeah, well, I know Mark has so many comics, I'm going to cut it short, but thank you for being an audience.
Thank you for being an audience.
A great audience.
Just being an audience, I never heard
How
that
about
before.
being a patient
A
audience?
patient audience. No, the doctor will talk about patients.